Students, in this video I will discuss examples based on three results. So first we will discuss two results and then later on we will discuss the third result. So here what is the result number 1? So suppose we have the boundary value problem Ly plus phi x is equals to 0 with homogeneous boundary conditions Vky is equals to 0 where k is 1 to n. Here phi x is a direct function. Direct function means suppose uh, phi x is equal to say x raised to the power 2. So this is a direct function. But if phi x is a function of say x into y, then this is known as indirect function. Okay, this is not the direct function. Phi is in terms of x into some y, for example y, where y itself is a function of x. Okay, so we are having phi in terms of x and y, where y itself is a function of x. That means phi is not a direct function of x, this is indirect function of x. Okay, so the first result is based on the direct function of x. Then the solution is given by yx is given by integral a to b gxt phi t dt. Okay, so this is the function, this is the solution, and we will reuse this result. Now second is, here the difference between first and second is only that here phi x is not a given direct function of x. That means phi is a function of x and yx. So this is indirect function. Okay, so here the solution is given by yx is equal to a to b integral gxt phi of t yt dt. Okay, now what is the advantage of these two different results? In first result, basically we will have a solution, we will get the solution. However, in second one, generally we will have integral equation of the form Fredholm integral. Fredholm integral equation we will have. Here we have solution, here we will get a Fredholm integral equation. Okay, so you can say that second results can be used to get Fredholm integral equation from a given boundary value problem. Okay, this is the difference. Let's see how to imply this. So like example number 1 on result 1. Fine. So example number 1 on result 1. So here using Green's function, solve the boundary value problem. This y double dash plus y is equals to x, where y at 0 and y at pi by 2 both are equal and 0. Okay, so we have divided the solution procedure into 3 steps. Step number 1, first find the Green's function, for which we will consider the associated homogeneous boundary value problem. We have already discussed the procedure how to find out the Green's function, but here we have taken this part in step number 1. Okay, so now you can see that we have this differential equation. So we will consider the only homogeneous part. So we will not consider this x. So we will take 0 here. So this is the homogeneous boundary value problem. Okay, with boundary conditions y at 0 is 0, y at pi by 2 is 0. This is first equation. So we will solve this and get the Green's function. Okay, but we know that what is the essential condition to get the Green's function. If we will see that this differential equation has a trivial solution, that means y is equals to 0, then we can say that this differential equation has a Green's function, and then we can find out the Green's function. So that is the essential condition. So first we will solve to find the solution, and we will see that after verifying these conditions, if we will get the trivial solution, then we can say that we have a Green's function. Okay, let's see in the next. So here the auxiliary equation will be m square plus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, so m will be plus minus iota, and hence general solution is given by y is equal to a cos x plus b sin x. This is equation number 2. Now the boundary condition is y at 0 is 0. So this implies a cos 0 plus b sin 0 is 0. Hence a is 0. Okay. Then y at pi by 2 0. So a cos pi by 2 plus b sin pi by 2 is 0. But a is 0. So this is 0 plus b equal to 0. And hence b is also 0. So when you put a is equal to 0, b is equals to 0 here. So we get y equal to 0, which is a trivial solution. And hence we can say that Green's function exists. So Green's function exists. Okay. Now next target is our to find out this Green's function. So this will be done in step number 2. So now find GXT, Green's function. So what is the Green's function? By the definition, Green's function is inspired by this, the general solution. So now in place of a and b, we are writing a1 cos x plus a2 sin x, where x is defined from 0 to t. Similarly, b1 cos x plus b2 sin x in the range of t to pi by 2. Okay, so this is by the definition of Green's function. So this is the function in the range 0 to t, and this is the function in the range t to pi by 2. So this is the Green's function. Now our target is to find out a1, a2, b1, b2, for which we have these properties. So GXT satisfies the following 3 properties. Property number 1, GXT is continuous. Why? Because here if you will see what is the differential equation, the differential equation was y double dash plus y is equals to 0. So here we have second order derivative, highest order derivative. So according to the condition, g and its derivatives up to order n minus 2. So up to order n minus 2 is where n is 2. Here the highest order is 2. So n minus 2 will be 0. Hence only GXT is considered. But if suppose here third derivative, then n will be third and n minus 2 will be 1. Then GXT and its first order derivative should be continuous at x equal to t. Okay. So this is by the property. So here GXT is continuous at x equal to t. This means the value of this function at point t is equals to the value of this function at point t. So b1 cos t plus b2 sin t, that means this is equals to a1 cos t plus a2 sin t from here, which can be rewritten as b1 minus a1 cos t plus b2 minus a2 sin t is equals to 0. So this is equation number 4. Now the property number 2. The derivative of g, which derivative of order n minus 1. The order n minus 1. N is what? 2. So n minus 1 will be 1. That means first order derivative. Okay. The derivative of g here, the n minus 1th order. Okay. The n minus 1th order derivative of g has a discontinuity of magnitude minus 1 by p naught t at the point x equal to t, where what is p naught t? P naught t is the highest coefficient of the highest order derivative of y in equation number 2 here. In equation number 1. In equation number 1. Okay. And we know that in this differential equation, the highest order derivative coefficient is 1. Hence p naught t is 1. So according to this condition, del g by del x, x equal to t plus 0. That means right hand side derivative. minus del g by del x, x equal to t minus 0, that means left hand side derivative. The difference will be this. So minus 1 upon 1, so minus 1. Okay, so this is minus 1 upon p naught t, but p naught t is 1, so minus 1 by 1 is minus 1. Okay, this will be minus p naught t, which is minus 1. Fine. Okay, so now when you simplify this, so we get this. This is from the second branch, so minus b1 sin t, differentiate this, and this will be b2 cos t, plus then the derivative of this, so this will be minus, so minus minus becomes plus, a1 sin t minus a2 sin equal to minus 1. After taking the common term, so we get minus b1 minus a1 sin t plus b2 minus a2 cos t is equal to minus 1. This is equation number 5. Fine. Now property number 3. Property number 3 says that gxt satisfies the boundary condition given in 2. Okay, here is the 2. This is the boundary, so this is also actually 1. This should be 1. Okay, given in 1, that is g0 at x equal to 0, t is 0, g at pi by 2 is 0 when x is pi by 2, this is also 0. So g at 0, x की वैल्यू 0 है तो कौन सी ब्रांच होगी? This branch. Put x equal to 0 here, so we get a1. So a1 is 0. Similarly, x is pi by 2, that means second branch. Here put x equal to pi by 2, so we get b2 is 0. So put a1 0, b2 0. Okay, so in this, so what we will get to find the solution, suppose we will assume that b1 minus a1 is new constant c1, b2 minus a2 is new constant c2, then equation number 4 gives, this was the equation number 4. So this is c1, this is c2, so we get this c1 cos t plus c2 sin t is 0. Similarly, equation number 5, this is the equation number 5, this, so minus c1 sin t plus c2 cos t is minus 1. So this is minus c1 sin t plus c2 cos t is minus 1. Now apply the Cramer rule. So c1 divided by the determinant is, the first column is from this 0 minus 1, and second column is sin t cos t associated with c2. Okay, this is equal to c2. So c2 is because at the second, c1 is at the first place, c2 is at the second place, so this 0 and minus 1, this column will come at the second place. Here c1 is the first unknown variable, so that's why 0 minus 1 will come in the first place, here the second place, and first place is nothing but this coefficient cos t minus sin t. This is equals to divided by the determinant of associated with c1 c2, cos t minus sin t, cos t minus sin t, sin t cos t, sin t cos t. Simplify this, so c1 upon sin t is equal to c2 upon minus cos t divided by 1 upon cos square t sin square t, which is 1. So 1 by 1 will be 1, and hence c1 is sin t, c2 is minus cos t. But what is c1 according to this? b1 minus a1. So b1 minus a1 is sin t, b2 minus a2 is minus cos t. But we have already evaluated in that a1 is 0. So a1 is 0 means from here b1 is sin t, b2 is 0, that means a2 is cos t. So we have now substitute these values in the Green's function. So Green's function will be cos t sin x when x varies from 0 to t, and sin t cos x when x varies from t to pi by 2. So this is 7th equation. Okay, now the step number 3. So once we have evaluated Green's function, now we will use the result. Now we will use this result. Why? Because here if you will see x, this x is nothing but if you compare with this. So here Ly is basically what? Ly is this part. This is your Ly. This is your Ly. Ly is equals to this. Okay, so we have considered the homogeneous part. So this will be nothing but the phi x. Phi x will be what? X. This phi x will be x. Okay, when you compare. So here our target is now to find out the solution with the help of this result. Okay, so here this is the equation. So this is, so here we have shown that this is basically the Ly, this is your phi x, so phi x is minus x. Okay, because when we take this in the left hand side, then phi x will be minus x. So now the solution is given by yx is equal to 0 to pi by 2 gxt phi t dt. So put phi t as minus t. So when you put minus t here, so minus is here, so 0 to pi by 2 gxt t dt. Now here the variable is t. Okay, so now we can divide this range into two parts, 0 to x and x to pi by 2, because here variable is t, however here variable is x. So we have interchanged the x and t. So 0 t to x and x t to pi by 2, and that's why 0 to x, x to pi by 2. Fine. Now in this range from 0 to x, 0 to x, function will be just interchange x and t here. So we get t and this cos x sin t, cos x sin t dt, plus from x to pi by 2, x to pi by 2, here will be sin x cos t, sin x cos t. Okay, and then solve this with the help of integration, and finally you can take cos x outside, similarly here sin x outside, and then consider this integral 0 to x t sin t dt, and here x to pi by 2 t cos t dt. Just simplify this integration and get the desired result, which is nothing but after calculation yx is x minus pi by 2 sin x. Okay, and the calculation is given here. So this is the first result. Now example on second result. Example on second result. That means we are trying to convert this boundary value problem into an integral equation. For this we will use result number 2. Okay. So here is, so given boundary value problem can be written as y double dash x plus lambda y minus x is 0. Y at 0 is pi by 2, y at pi by 2 is 0. So consider the associated boundary value. Now if you compare here, you will see that here we have taken y double dash is equal to 0, y at 0 is y at pi by 2 is 0. Okay. Now if you consider the assumption, what we have considered here, here we have taken, this is the differential equation. That means we have not considered this part lambda y. However, if you will see in the previous part, here what you have taken, this is your Ly, this is your Ly. Okay, this is your Ly is equals to 0. If you will see here in this Ly, you have considered y double dash plus y term. However, here you have taken only the highest power derivative, highest order derivative of y as Ly. Okay, so this is the difference of your choice of boundary value problem. यहाँ आपने y की जो भी टर्म्स थी उसको पूरा ले लिया है एज Ly, यहाँ आपने सिर्फ हाईएस्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव वाली टर्म को लिया है Ly. ये फर्क है, ठीक है ना. ओके, so this is your Ly is equal to 0. Now solve this equation. So auxiliary equation will be this, m will be 0 0, solution will be yx is ax plus b. After integration we get this. Now y at 0 is 0, so this will give you b0. Y at pi by 2 will be 0, so 0, so this will be a pi by 2 equal to 0, so a will be 0, hence a is 0, b is 0, so y equal to 0 is the trivial solution, so gxt exists. Now step number 2, find out the Green's function. Green's function is, so gxt is given by a1x plus a2 from x varies from 0 to t, and b1x plus b2 when x varies from t to pi by 2. Fine. Now gxt satisfies following three properties. Number 1, and this is inspired from the general solution. ठीक. Now the property 1, gxt is continuous at x equal to t, because again highest order derivative is 2. So n minus 2 will be 2 minus 2 will be 0. इसका मतलब only gxt is continuous. Gxt means a1t plus a2 is equal to b1t plus b2. When you simplify this, so we get b1 minus a1t plus b2 minus a2 is equal to 0. This is equation number 4. Okay. Now the property number 2. Property number 2 means n minus 1th derivative have discontinuity of this minus 1 by p naught t. So that means first order derivative. So del g by del x at x equal to t plus 0 minus del g by del x at x equal to t minus 0 is minus 1 by p naught t. What is p naught? From here, if you compare the highest order derivative here or here, then that will be 1. So p naught is basically 1. So here p naught t is 1. Okay. So b1 minus a1 is minus 1. This is equation number 5. Now property number 3. G must satisfy the boundary conditions given in equation number 2. So G at x equal to 0, t is equal to 0, and G at pi by 2 at t is equal to 0. So here when you put this in the first branch, here x equal to 0, x equal to 0 gives this branch, put x equal to 0 here, so a2 will be 0. Okay, a2 will be 0. In the second branch, put x equal to pi by 2 here. So b1 pi by 2 plus b2, this will be 0. Okay. Now here using 4 gives. We will use this in equation number 4 here. Here. Put this value as minus 1. So we get minus t plus b2 minus a2 will be 0. So we get this. Okay. This is equation number 8. Now solve 5, 6, 7 and 8. So here we have a2 0. Put this a2 0 here. So we get b2 is equal to minus b2 is t. Okay, b2 is t. When you b2 is t, put it here, find out b1. So b1 will be minus 2t by pi. And now put this b1 in equation number 5th and get a1. So a1 is 1 minus 2t by pi. Substitute these values in the Green's function. So we get gxt is equal to 1 minus 2t by pi x, where x varies from 0 to t, and minus 2tx by pi plus t when x varies from t to pi by 2. Ultimately gxt will be 1 minus 2t by pi x when x varies from 0 to t, and from here you can take t common. So 1 minus 2x by pi t, x varies from t to pi by 2. So gxt is evaluated. Okay. Now step number 3, comparing, and in step number 3 basically we will use this result. Okay. So comparing with boundary value problem, this with this equation. Okay. So what we will get? We will get phi x, because this is nothing but this we have already assumed as phi x. If you will see here, this is basically ly. Okay. So this term is ly. So ly is this part. So what is phi x? Phi x will be lambda y minus x. Okay. So this is your phi x. Now substitute this in this result. Phi x is 0 to pi by 2 gxt phi t. So we get 0 to pi by 2 gxt lambda yt minus t dt. Okay. So now when you separate these, so this multiply by this is taken here, and gxt multiply by t is written here. Okay. Now we are not interested in to solve this, because here is y which is unknown. However, here we have everything is known. T is known, gxt is already known to you. So you can evaluate this integral. Fine. So now evaluate this integral. So just 0 to consider this integral, 0 to pi by 2 t gxt dt. Now in this range, 0 to, just divide this range into two parts, 0 to x and x to pi by 2, tgt dt. Okay. But in this range 0 to x, g is here. Again interchange x and t को interchange कर लेंगे, तो 1 minus 2x by pi t हो जाएगा ये, and then t varies from 0 to x हो जाएगा. Okay. So just substituted here. So t square 1 minus 2x by pi dt plus second range is x to pi by 2. यहाँ क्या करेंगे? सेकंड रेंज लेंगे यहाँ से, अगेन x और t को इंटरचेंज कर लेंगे, so that t varies from x to pi by 2. So 2 1 माइनस 2t बाय पाई इंटू एक्स हो जाएगा, और इसको हमने यहाँ पुट कर दिया है, एंड देन इंटीग्रेट, एंड आफ्टर इंटीग्रेशन वी गेट माइनस एक्स क्यूब बाय 6 प्लस पाई स्क्वायर बाय एक्स by 24. Now substitute this value herein. So we get yx is equal to lambda 0 to pi gxt yt minus, in place of this we will use this value and we get this result. Okay, and this is nothing but the Fredholm integral equation, and gxt is treated as a kernel, fine. So this is the solution procedure. Now we will have result number 3. Result number 3, the case of non-homogeneous AND condition. If you will see here in these two, here we have homogeneous part 0, all the conditions are equal to 0, so this is homogeneous boundary condition. But in the third result we are considering the non-homogeneous AND conditions. Okay, that means all the conditions are having different values at the right hand place. हो सकता है y at 0 की वैल्यू 0 हो, y at 1 की वैल्यू 1 हो जाए. सो एक में 0 है वैल्यू, एक में 1 है, सो बोथ आर अनइक्वल, सो नॉन होमोजीनियस एंड कंडीशंस. ओके, सो इन दिस केस let gxt denote the Green's function corresponding to the associated homogeneous and conditions. यानी gxt जब हम निकालेंगे ग्रीन्स फंक्शन तो वो तो होमोजीनियस के लिए निकलता है, तो इसका मतलब हमने मान लिया कि वो होमोजीनियस एसोसिएटेड कंडीशंस के लिए निकालेंगे. ये इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, होमोजीनियस एंड कंडीशंस. ओके, वी नाउ सर्च फॉर अ फंक्शन px such that the relation yx is equal to px plus a to b gxt phi t dt is equivalent. यानी ये उसका एक सॉल्यूशन होना चाहिए. अब क्योंकि हम तो होमोजीनियस को ट्रीट करके निकाले हैं, तो जब हम इसमें रखेंगे तो जो सॉल्यूशन होना चाहिए वो इस टाइप का होना चाहिए, yx is equal to some px plus a to b gxt phi t dt. नाउ व्हाट इज px? px ये एक ऐसा जो, क्योंकि अब ये सॉल्यूशन होगा इस डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन का, तो इसको जरूर सेटिस्फाई करेगा, एंड हेंस ly प्लस फाई एक्स को ये सेटिस्फाई करना चाहिए. और अगर ये इसको सेटिस्फाई करेगा देन ऑब्वियसली ly मीन्स व्हाट, ly यानी l ऑफ दिस, सो दिस मीन्स L of this is associated with the homogeneous differential equation. So px should be 0 होना चाहिए. Okay, so इसका मतलब हम इसको जब इस इक्वेशन में रखेंगे together with the prescribed non-homogeneous AND condition, so we get L of this part. L of this part will be what? Minus phi x. Okay, so L of y is what? This is equal to, जब इसमें रखेंगे तो ये होना चाहिए माइनस फाइव एक्स के बराबर. ओके, सो 1 and 2 लीड्स अस टू, इसका मतलब क्या होना चाहिए, ये इसका सॉल्यूशन होना चाहिए, जबकि जब हम इसको यहां रखेंगे तो एक टर्म आएगा LPX. इसका मतलब LPX तो तभी आएगा जब ये वैल्यू 0 होगी, LPX की वैल्यू 0 होनी चाहिए. फाइन, तो हमें हमारा जो टारगेट है वो है P को फाइंड करना, और P को फाइंड करने का मतलब है LPX इक्वल टू 0 का सॉल्यूशन निकालना विद द कंडीशंस दैट LPX is 0 and non-homogeneous boundary conditions are satisfied by PX. So PX should satisfy LPX equal to 0 and non-homogeneous boundary condition. इन दोनों की हेल्प से हम सॉल्यूशन निकालेंगे. ठीक, क्लियर? ओके, लेट्स सी द एग्जाम्पल. Example is simple. So we have taken non-homogeneous boundary conditions. So problem is this: y double dash x y double dash plus lambda x y is equal to 1 with boundary condition y at 0 is 0 and y at L is 1. So now you can see that here is 1, here is 0. So that's why both are unequal and that's why non-homogeneous. Okay. So now इसको solve करने के लिए जैसे हमने पहले किया था, we will consider the first we will solve the associated boundary value problem with homogeneous boundary conditions. होमोजीनियस का मतलब क्या है, दोनों बराबर होनी चाहिए, तो हम 0 0 ले लेते हैं, दोनों 0 0, y at 0 is 0, y at L is 0 and here v double dash, because our target is to reduce the following boundary value problem on the Fredholm integral equation. Okay, so we will take only the highest order derivative term, ये नहीं लेंगे. Fine, so here we have taken y double dash is equal to 0, y at 0 is 0, y at L is 0. तो यहाँ हमने होमोजीनियस इक्वेशन ली और यहाँ पर हमने हाईएस्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव वाला टर्म लिया. इसको जब सॉल्व किया तो वी गेट y इक्वल टू ax प्लस बी, जनरल सॉल्यूशन. ओके, नाउ y at 0 means 0 means b is 0, y at l is equal to 0 means 0 is equal to al plus 0. so put b is equal to 0, तो 0 पुट किया यहाँ, so a की भी वैल्यू 0. इसका मतलब y इक्वल टू 0 इज द ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशन. इसका मतलब ग्रीन्स फंक्शन एग्जिस्ट करेगा. ठीक, अब ग्रीन्स फंक्शन एग्जिस्ट करेगा तो ग्रीन्स फंक्शन इवेलुएट करते हैं. स्टेप नंबर 2. सो gxt इज गिवन बाय फ्रॉम दिस जनरल सॉल्यूशन a1x plus a2 in the range 0 to t and b1x plus b2 in the range t to l. Okay, which satisfies the condition. पहली कंडीशन है कंटिन्यूटी at point t, that means b1t plus b2 is equal to a1t plus a2 and this implies b1 minus a1t plus b2 minus a2 is 0. This is equation number 1. Second is जो इसका फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव है, बिकॉज हाईएस्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव इज 2, सो इसका n minus 1th डेरिवेटिव, दैट मीन्स फर्स्ट ऑर्डर बैठेगा. सो द डेरिवेटिव ऑफ gxt हैज ए डिसकंटिन्यूटी ऑफ द मैग्नीट्यूड 1 minus 1 upon p naught t, where p naught t is the highest order derivative coefficient, which is nothing but here 1. Coefficient of highest order derivative is 1, so that's why 1. So we have del g by del x at x equal to t plus 0 minus del g by del x at x equal to t minus 0 is minus 1 upon p naught t, which is minus 1. Okay, so now substitute this value, so we get b1 minus a1 is minus 1. Fine, this is equation number 2. Now the third property, gxt must satisfy the homogeneous boundary condition y at 0 is 0, y at l is 0. So g at 0 t is 0, this implies a2 is 0, and g at lt is equal to 0, this implies b1 l plus b2 is 0. This is third, this is fourth. Now using second in equation number 1. Okay, so we will use here b1 minus a1 की वैल्यू हम यहाँ से minus 1 पुट करेंगे, so we get b2 minus a2 is t. So now we will solve 2, 3, 4 and 5. We get a2 0, b2 t, b1 is minus t by l and a1 is 1 minus t by l. Okay, so now what is your Green's function? a1x plus a2 when x varies from 0 to t and b1x plus b2 when your x varies from t to l. So gxt will be, after substituting all these values, we get 1 minus t by l x from 0 to t and minus tx by l plus t when x varies from t to l. Fine. After simplification, gxt is x by l, l minus t, multiply by l minus t when x varies from 0 to t and t by l when l minus x multiply by l minus x where x varies from t to l. This is equation number 6. Okay, now step number 3. Now comparing given boundary value problem ly plus phi x is equal to 0, that is comparing this y double dash, because हमने ly को क्या माना है अपनी उसमें, what we have taken ly as this is our ly, this is our ly we have taken the second order derivative, so obviously the remaining term will be phi x. Okay, so this is our phi x. So phi x is what? Lambda x y x minus 1. Y is a function of x. Okay, so phi t will be lambda t y a function of t minus 1. This is our 7th. Now then aim is to find px. क्यों? क्योंकि अब आप देखिए हमने होमोजीनियस इक्वेशन कंसिडर की थी, यहाँ हमने होमोजीनियस इक्वेशन कंसिडर की हुई है, गिवन को नहीं कंसिडर किया है 0 और 1 को, हमने इसको भी होमोजीनियस बना दिया. ठीक, तो हमें px निकालना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो नाउ the aim is to find px such that yx is equal to px plus 0 to l gxt phi t dt. This will be the solution. ये होना चाहिए, तो इसके लिए हमें px निकालना पड़ेगा. Now this px will satisfy the first condition. कौन सी कंडीशन थी? अगर if you remember, px should satisfy this condition, l of px should be 0 and non homogeneous boundary condition को भी satisfy करना चाहिए. So we will use these two conditions. Okay, so here since ly is equal to 0, homogeneous condition हमने ली हुई थी, we have taken this ly is equal to 0, तो इसको satisfy करेगा. तो इसका मतलब lp is equal to 0. that means second derivative of p will be 0. This is ninth equation and non homogeneous boundary condition को भी वो satisfy करे. यहाँ ध्यान रखना, this is non homogeneous, this is non homogeneous. Okay, so here is non homogeneous. So y at 0 is 0 and y at l is 1. So p at 0 0 होना चाहिए and p at l is 1 होना चाहिए. 10th 9 and 10th की हेल्प से हम सॉल्यूशन इवेलुएट करेंगे. ओके, सो नाउ 9th gives p at सेकेंड डेरिवेटिव इज 0. इसका मतलब p की जो वैल्यू है वो a1x प्लस b1 होना चाहिए. a1 इज कांस्टेंट, b1 इज कांस्टेंट. नाउ इन कंडीशन का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. p at 0 is 0, p at l is 1. तो p at 0 means what? b is 1 is 0. p at l is 1, that means a dash l is 1. So a dash will be 1 by l. दोनों वैल्यूज में सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे. सो px will be x by l यहाँ से. और ये वैल्यू अब हम इक्वेशन नंबर 8 यहाँ पुट करेंगे. हियर वी विल पुट. सो वी गेट yx is equal to x by l plus 0 to l gxt phi t dt. Okay, yx is x by l plus 0 to l gxt. What is phi t? Lambda t y minus 1 dt. फिर इन दोनों को सेपरेट किया. सो वी गेट लैम्डा 0 to l gxt yt dt माइनस 0 to l gxt dt प्लस x by l इज इक्वल टू yx. ओके, फिर हम इसको इवेलुएट करेंगे लास्ट इंटरवल को. सो 0 to l gxt dt इज इक्वल टू, इसको दो हिस्सों में बांटा, 0 to x x to l एंड इन द रेंज ऑफ 0 to x इफ यू विल सी हियर इन द रेंज ऑफ 0, इंटरचेंज करेंगे x और t. तो 0 to x जब हो जाएगा तो यहाँ हो जाएगा फंक्शन t by l माइनस x. ओके, सो इसका हम इस्तेमाल यहाँ करेंगे. सिमिलरली हियर वी विल यूज द सेकेंड ब्रांच एंड देन आफ्टर सॉल्विंग दिस, आफ्टर इंटीग्रेशन एंड रीअरेंजिंग ऑल द टर्म्स, वी गेट x by 2 l माइनस x. तो इस वैल्यू को हम यहाँ पर पुट कर देंगे. सो y at x इज इक्वल टू x by l प्लस लैम्डा 0 to l t gxt yt dt minus x by 2 l minus x, and this will be the solution. Okay, so this is the procedure how to solve homogeneous differential equation and how to solve non-homogeneous differential equation. Fine, so I think you understand this. Okay, thank you.